One of the best indicators you can use to tell if it is now a good time to buy this stock is the RSI. And in this short video, I'm going to show you 3 or 4 stocks with the RSI under 35, which means now might be a good time to start dollar cost averaging into these certain stocks. But before you do that, of course, you have to do your own research. You have to learn more about the company. RSI is just one indicator where history has shown us that bounces usually come when the RSI is very oversold. And in my opinion, studying stocks, looking at the charts literally every single day, when a stock is under 35 on an RSI, it is time for it to bounce. And when I say bounce, I mean time for it to start moving up. Of course, none of this is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. You have to do your own research. I just want to point out a couple things to you with certain stocks out there that you can look into. First stock being LAZR, Luminar Technologies. You could see this has been freaking horrible. But what has happened recently? Recently we got a bounce, okay? Recently we found support. Recently we almost hit all-time lows from that second yellow arrow over there, where it actually touched an all-time low on January of 2023, being about $4, a little under $4, right? So what was I saying on the Patreon? Before the bounce occurred, I said LAZR very oversold, they need news. This was on September 25th at 8:46 a.m., right? Last time they touched this low on January 2023, it then ran 167%. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen again, that LAZR is just going to take off from here, but what I am saying is true. The RSI was very, very oversold. It actually touched lows of 18, okay? Now we're trading at 35. We're still very oversold. If LAZR is a good company, if it's going to be here, if it's a good play for the long term, being where we're at today, not a bad option to start dollar cost averaging in, being my own opinion. Also, if you want to learn about stochastic, RSI, I go deep into this stuff. I just covered Teladoc this morning. Check out the Patreon down below, $7 a month. Unless that's sold out, then it's $10 a month. But amazing community and private Discord. Stock number 2, Mullen Automotive, MULN. And we cover this stock every single day, sometimes twice a day, depending if news comes out. But the RSI right now is trading at 36, which is still very oversold, let's be honest, especially for a stock like Mullen. I have pointed out some things here that you want to be aware of. Yesterday, we actually held that blue trend line, which is very important. We came down, but we bounced off, which is good. Okay, we're making higher lows. That's all that matters. If we break this though, then down we go. We could touch all-time lows of 39 cents again, but I'm really hoping that we hold this right here, because then we could start moving up, making higher highs and higher lows, hopefully. But regardless, it is very, very oversold. It is definitely due for a run, but it's really going to depend on news, NASDAQ hearing. I talk about this every single day. But Mullen is another stock that's very oversold, looking at the RSI. Stock number 3, and this is a Cathie Wood favorite, Teladoc, maybe you've heard of them, but it has been just selling off, which you can see right here. But the question is now the time to start buying in, because this thing knows how to run, right? It moves fast, it's very volatile, you definitely want to be careful, do your own research. But I'll tell you right now, the RSI is trading at 36 on a weekly, which is very oversold, but on a daily time frame, it's trading at 22. 22 on the RSI, absolutely insane. So when you start to look at this, and then you look at the stochastic trend at all low points, and you see before momentum starts to move, we start to run with the RSI being low, the stochastic being low. History tells us now is a good time to start dollar cost averaging in. Of course, do what's best for you, do your own research. I'm just telling you what usually happens when the RSI is this oversold, but you want to be aware of. Right now we're trading at a lot of support, a lot of choppiness back from 2016 to 2017. If you go back on the charts, this is where Teladoc was before it took off and ran over from $18 to $300. But you want to be aware of this area right here being $15.50. This on a Fibonacci retracement is actually going to the 1.618. So we could touch lows of that. Also, I went back in time, very strong support in the 1550 range. So be aware of it. You know, do what's best for you. But if you're down to hold this stock and you're okay with maybe going down about 15%, to catch the next run and you believe in the company, at the end of the day, do what you got to do. You know, do what you're feeling. But this is just 3 companies where the RSI is very oversold, and I do believe it's time for a bounce. It's time for a run. That's what history has told us. Hopefully this is helpful. Don't forget to drop a like on this video. Would always appreciate that. Subscribe if you're not subscribed yet, and we will see you on the next one.